Good afternoon, good evening. It's still beautiful outside. The sun is gracing us today with beautiful weather, and it makes everyone happier to have the sunshine. Today we're going to focus on our heart. All the movements, all the breathing, even the meditation will be focused on our heart today. And we're going to learn how to connect deep within our own heart and to expand within and around us, so that we can feel that we can connect with other people as we connect with ourselves. Because, right now we don't have so much connection in the world, and everything is everywhere, and we're all stuck at home. So I'm hoping that this will give somebody and everybody feel more connected in that way. So we're going to do 2 different sets of breathing. We've done it before, so we'll start off with the Ujjayi, because it's nice to start off with the Ujjayi. We're going to focus on a little bit of chest and belly breathing, so we can understand the difference between the two. And then we'll go into a Samavriti, where we divide the breath into an inhale, holding in the breath in the top of the lung, exhaling, holding the breath in the bottom of the lung before we inhale again, and doing that in intervals of the same ratio. So we'll probably do it in around 3 or 4 breaths each. And from there, we're going to do some heart opening movements. It'll gradually get harder and harder and harder. We'll do one where you'll get a little bit sweaty in the end. But then after we're done with it, we're going to try to bring it back all in. So we're going to bring up the heart rate a bit and then calm it down, and then go into meditation. And the meditation will be, it's called heart rhythm meditation. So we're going to breathe to the rhythm of our heart. Have you done it before? No? You're going to love it. You need a lot of focus. It's going to be really fun. So we'll come into Asakasana. Make sure we're seated comfortably. We're going to sit up nice and tall. You can relax your hands. And just close our eyes and just center ourselves a bit. Take notice of your breath. Take notice of your inhale and your exhale. See the natural breath. Feel the natural breath. Try to understand the rhythm of your breath. Maybe it's a little bit short. Maybe you're breathing in short and exhaling long. We're just going to soften out a little bit. Try to make the breaths a little bit more equal in between, as we gradually bring the breath a little bit longer and feel softer and gentle and smooth. Next inhale, feel the chest lift. Exhale, feel the chest fall. Inhale, chest lifts, feeling nice and tall. In your seat, exhale, lean a little bit back to the hips so you feel you're balanced. You're not leaning forward. Your spine is nice and tall. And then on the next exhale, you can relax your shoulders and your knees. You can flip your palms up and come into Gyan Mudra. Thumb and pointer finger meet. We're going to try to start bringing in the energy to us. Receiving, feeling softness in our breath. Relax your stomach fully on the exhale. Inhale, feel the chest lift. Feeling the breath in the top of your lungs, your Antara Kumbhaka. And as you exhale, feel how your breath leaves in the bottom of your lungs. It's your Baka Kumbhaka, Baya Kumbhaka. Inhale, the top of your lungs, Antara Kumbhaka. Exhale, Baya Kumbhaka. Inhale, the lift of your chest. Exhale, the breath and back down in the bottom of your lungs. Continue breathing. So you can feel the strength of your breath as your shoulders and your knees are still relaxed. Your belly follows gently like a wave. One more breath. The next breath, we're going to create a throat lock with our tongue. Bring it to the roof of our mouth. Feel the hollow breath enter your nose. Feel the top of your lungs. Exhale, release, let your belly melt out. Inhale. Feel the breath to the top of your lungs. Exhale, release. Inhale, feel the breath to the front and the back of your lungs, expanding forward and back. Exhale, just slowly release, relax your stomach. Inhale, feel the lift. Feel the expansion from side to side in your lungs. Exhale to release and relax the tummy. Inhale, feel the expansion from the top to the bottom, front, back, side to side, 360. Exhale, release. Inhale, 360. And exhale, release completely. 2 more Ujjayi breaths at your own pace. From here, we're going to breathe on the count of 4, Samavriti. We're going to inhale, hold our breath on the top of our lungs. Exhale for the bottom of our lungs. Hold the breath in the bottom of our lungs before we inhale again. So we're going to inhale fully. Exhale completely. Here we go. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Pause. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Pause. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Inhale fully. And exhale completely. Bring our hands to our heart. Take a deep breath. Exhale completely. And we'll say Om together. Inhale. Om. Start to open our eyes. So bright. Bring our hands to our knees and we'll do seated cat and cow. So our hands will be sliding in front of our knees, a little bit lower underneath. So our arms are nice and straight. Draw on our core, sit up nice and tall. And as we inhale through our nose, we're going to bring our chest forward, chin up. Maybe pull our chest a little bit forward using our knees. Exhale, drawing the core around the spine. Lean a little bit back. Draw the chin to the chest as you relax your shoulders and allow a stretch to happen. Inhale, pull the chest forward, lift the chin. Feel the lift in your chest wanting to come all the way up. Exhale, draw in the core around the spine. Relax the chin, relax the shoulders. Inhale, forward, and lift the chest and the chin. Exhale, round the spine. Release. Inhale, open and lift. Exhale, round and relax. 2 more times. Feel the length in the front of your neck. And exhale, round it all out. Feel the relaxation in the back of your neck. Inhale, come to center. Bring the chest slightly forward as we lean forward with our chest. I'm going to make big circles with our torso coming on each edge of our hip, starting to make a big circle, allowing our breath to lead the way. Exhaling, rounding back, drawing in the core. Inhale, leaning over to the front. And the slower you breathe and the slower that you make the movement, the more intention you create, the more engagement of muscles. And you can focus on the fluidity that you create. Sometimes we do things without really focusing and thinking about it, and it's nice to give that extra little attention. Really understanding how we feel, what muscles are moving, how are we moving, why are we moving. Small reflections in everything you do. Two more circles. Strong breath. And then we'll start to reverse the direction. Exhaling to lean back, feeling the core, feeling the extension of the arms, feeling the rock forward, feeling the pelvic tilt. Feeling your shoulders relax and allowing yourself to open up your chest. Open up your spine. Open up your shoulder blades and your shoulders. Feel how your obliques work, your deep core holding you in place. Two more circles until we find center. Breathe. Go back to the center. Sit up nice and straight and take a nice breath in and let it all go. We'll hug our knees to our chest. Ooh. A little cramp there. Ooh. I have a lock in my hip. Do you too? No. Okay. Well, once you get there, you're going to sit up nice and straight. Hug your knees. Allow your chest to come forward. Maybe you want to lift your neck a little bit. And then exhale, tuck your chin to your chest. And you're going to pull in your core and you're going to draw your back far back so that you feel that you're pulling your arms against your legs as you squeeze at the same time. And we're creating a stretch and a little bit of strength at the same time. Exhale, we're going to bring our chest forward, bring our chest up, chin up. Almost like a little cat-cow. Going to pull chest away from our knees as we still hug our knees and feel a nice little stretch in our inside of our arms. One more time, inhale, forward. Lift the chest, lift the chin, and exhale. A little bit of engagement, a little bit of stretch. Come back into center, and then we're going to come to all four to tabletop position. We can start off with child's pose first. We can open up our knees a little bit wider than our hips. And then stretch our arms forward as far as we can. Allow the forehead to come to the mat. You can crawl your fingers far forward into the mat like little spiders. Ground the fingertips, lift the palms, draw the armpits down. Take a nice deep breath. Exhale to release. And then we'll slowly relax our palms, our arms and our shoulders. Allow your hips to fall closer to your heels. Allow the back of your neck feel nice and straight with space. And then we relax everything that we have in our body. You feel that the weight of your head will come deeper into the mat. And then you can allow yourself to roll your forehead from side to side. And give yourself a nice, generous massage. As you roll your head from side to side, if you feel any particular spot that needs more attention, you can stay there a little bit longer. Finding your breath to relax into that one little spot on your forehead. So you can find a way to relieve that tension. Find another spot on your forehead once you feel that the tension starts to release. We're going to take a nice deep breath. And exhale ourselves back to center. We will slowly pick ourselves up back to all four to a tabletop position. Our hands are underneath our shoulders, our fingers are wide, point the fingers forward, knees hip width apart, toes into the mat. We're going to inhale and start to tilt our tailbone and come into a little cow here, sinking our tummy, bringing the chest forward, pushing the hands down into the mat and gazing forward and up. Inhale, tuck the tailbone, drawing the core, round the spine, push the floor away so your chest lifts high up as you gaze towards your knees. Relax the back of the neck, strong hands, strong arms. Inhale, cow, sink the tummy, chest forward, tailbone up. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the tailbone, chest lifts, gazes to the knees. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. See if you start with your tailbone and let the movement of your spine continue to the crown of your head. See if you can draw in your navel in the cat. Relax the belly in the cow. Three more. Maybe in your next cat you can squeeze your pecs just a little bit. And as you do your last one, you can exhale back into neutral. Our toes are still tucked in, and we're going to lean a little bit forward over to our fingers. So we're planching over our fingers, and we're going to lean a little bit towards our heels so our bum comes closer to the heels. You can push the floor away, feel your shoulders protract. Inhale, come a little bit forward. And then exhale, sitting back on your heels, strong arms pushing the floor away. You can almost feel your chest lift. And from here, we're going to do a variant of a cat-cow, but we're only using our thorax, the top part of our chest and back. So we're going to bring the chest a little bit forward. So you're going to feel that your arms are still pushing, but your chest wants to go forward and down. And as you inhale, you're going to feel that your chest elevates up. You round your core into a hollow body. And exhale, allow your chest to dip a little bit forward. Tailbone back. Inhale, tuck the tailbone ever so slightly so you have a hollow body as you keep and push and protract your shoulders. Inhale forward. And exhale, round out. 2 more times. Last one. Lovely. From here, we're going to lean forward. And we're going to take a step forward with our hands so we can lower our hips. We're going to do a little bit of a cobra. We're going to just allow our hips to fall, and we can shake our hips from side to side. Shoulders away from the ears. Fingers squeezing the mat. Feel the weight in your palms. Maybe we can look over to the right heel. Maybe we can look over to the left heel. And give our body a little bit of time to get used to the position. Don't forget to use your breath. And come back into center, bend the knees, lift the bum. Scoot the hands back to a tabletop position. And then we're going to come into a downward facing dog. So we're going to tuck the toes, lift the knees and the bum. Come onto our tippy toes, strong arms pushing the floor away. Palms grasping the mat. Triceps wrapping around and down. Lift the tailbone, draw in your core. Exhale, lower the heels as far down to the mat as you can. Start bending one knee at a time, treading your feet. Allowing you to dip your weight into one heel at a time. Getting deep into those hamstrings and calves and Achilles tendon. From here, we're going to slowly look forward. Take a step with our hands. Come to our toes, and we can either use our knees and come to a cobra, or you can go directly into a cobra. We're going to keep our toes tucked in so that we can lift and come back into a downward facing dog. Inhale, slide forward. You can use your knees or not. Exhale. Back. Inhale forward. See if you can dip the hip down, push through the heels, chest forward, gaze forward. Exhale, push it back. We're going to do 3 more of these. Inhale, cobra with flexed feet. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward, gaze up if you can. Exhale, downward facing dog. Last one. Inhale forward. And exhale back. Reposition your hands and your feet if you feel that they're too long or too short of a stance. Take a nice deep inhale. Feel the breath. Open up your rib cage. Exhale, relax your head. Give it a good shake, yes or no, whatever you need. And then we'll slowly lower our knees and come back into a child's pose again. This time we're going to bring our hands, the outer edge of our pinky hand is going to come down to the mat, and our thumbs are going to be up. Our palms are facing each other. And I want you to imagine that in between your hands there is this energy, this force in between, this heat. And as you're trying to catch your breath, envision how this energy bounces from back and forth from your left and right hand. I want you to see if you can envision it, if you can feel your energy force. Take 3 more breaths. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the nose. Last one. Relax our thumbs, bring the palms back to the mat. And we can slowly bring our hands back to underneath our torso so we can push ourselves up to our knees. And the last strong movement we're going to do is a camel's pose, but we're going to do it with movement. So we're going to tuck our toes in as we kneel on our mat. If you need something for your knees, you can always use a blanket. But we're going to try to make sure that we're just kneeling over our knees. Our toes are tucked, our knees are hip width apart, and we feel quite comfortable. From here, we're going to inhale our hands all the way up. And maybe just lift our chest a little bit and gaze up a little bit as we bring our thumbs a little bit back and down. Inhale back into center. And then exhale, draw on the core, lift the chest, and see if we can bring the thumbs a little bit back. Draw in the core, come back up on the inhale. Last one, exhale. Lift the chest, drop the head. Let your thumbs do a little bit of work, going back just a little bit. And then we're going to come back with our hands to our heart. From here, we're going to inhale our hands all the way again. And we're going to turn over to our right and look over to our right heel, and we're going to tap the right hand to the right heel. You can inhale the core, lift the chest. Exhale, push our hips forward, squeeze the glutes, and then maybe we can relax the head just a little bit as we look over to our right. 3, 2, 1. We're going to sit our bum down to the heels. Inhale all the way up. And then when you exhale, twist over to the left. Left hand to the left heel. Inhale, lift the chest. Draw in the core. Exhale, hip forward, squeeze the glute. Gaze over to your left. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, sit down on your heels. Inhale the left hand up. Then come on to the right. We'll do it one more time with 3 seconds of a hold, lifting the chest on the inhale, drawing in the core. Exhale, hip forward, squeeze the glute 50%, gaze to the right. Inhale, have a seat. Inhale the right hand up. Exhale the hip forward. Inhale over to the left. Lift the chest, draw in the core. Exhale, feel the hip come forward. Squeeze the glutes just a little bit. 2 and 1. Have a seat. We're going to inhale on our knees again. And this time we're going to move back and forth using our breath. Okay, so we're going to inhale, lift the chest. And then exhale, twist to the right and bring the hips forward. Inhale, sit. Exhale, twist over to the left. Feel the chest lift, hip forward. Exhale, have a seat. Come on over to the right. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hip forward. Inhale, come back down. Exhale, over to the left. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, squeeze the bum. 2 more breaths, following your own timing. Your breath leads on the tempo. Your breath leads you in movement as we open our heart. Last one on each side. And then when we come back into center, we're going to bring our hands down and come back into a child's pose because it's nice. We like child's pose. We're going to give ourselves a good 2 minutes in our child's pose, so get comfortable with it. Allow your spine to come back to neutral. Allow yourself to catch your breath if you feel that that was a little bit of a challenge to find movement in a camel. You can reflect and notice how your breath feels. Maybe you feel your heartbeat a little bit faster than normal. Maybe your hands are warm. Maybe you're starting to feel a little bit of a glow in your body. Or maybe you don't feel anything at all, and that's something you need to work on. Allow your body to surrender to the mat, relaxing your fingers, your hands, your arms, shoulders, your whole torso down to your hips, your knees, and your feet. Allowing your breath to become deeper, stronger, and slower. From here, we're going to crawl our hands over to the right. So we bring the right hand off of the mat on the right side. The left hand will follow parallel. So we're on the right side of the mat. We're going to crawl our fingers far forward. And as we exhale, we're going to squeeze our inner thighs and come back naturally into center as we relax our head and feel a nice little stretch on the left side of our torso. Allow your head to be completely relaxed. Your forehead is to the floor. Allow the left side of your body to open naturally as you engage gently your inner thighs. Two more deep breaths. And then we'll inhale back into center with both hands. And then exhale over to the left side of your mat. Crawling your fingers far forward on the inhale. Exhale, squeeze your inner thigh so your bum comes back into center and you feel a wonderful pull on the right side of your body. Allow your forehead to melt to the mat. Give space to the right side of your torso. Allow it to open up with time. Don't let it be forced. Let it be as natural as possible. Take 2 more deep breaths. And next breath, we can slowly come back in to the center. And then we're going to slowly lower our hips down to the mat. And we'll prepare for a Sphinx pose. Coming into our forearms, hands flat on the floor. We're going to push our elbows down so our shoulders are away from our ears. Draw in our core. Squeeze our glutes a little bit, like 50%. Tops of our toes are engaged slightly to the mat. And we're going to feel how we pull our chest a little bit forward, push our elbows down. We're just going to gaze forward for a little bit. We're going to breathe for about 3 breaths. Giving some space for the spine to open up as we pull our chest forward. 2. And 1. Can relax our head just a little bit. We're going to bring each hand to each side of the mat in the corners. We're going to inhale, push our hands so our arms are straight. We're going to lift our chest forward by drawing our hands closer to us, and our chest comes forward, and then we push down our hands, face the sun, draw in the core. 3, 2, 1. Lower the elbows. Maybe we can come on our fingertips and do the same thing. Extending the arms, pulling our chest a little bit forward, shoulders away from the ears, core drawn in, glutes are squeezing. 2. And last breath, 1. Slowly relax. And then we'll cross our hands one over the other so we can use it as a pillow. And we're just going to relax for a little bit here. We'll take 3 deep breaths. When you feel ready, we're going to peel ourselves off. And we're going to roll over onto our back. Whew. And we're going to wiggle our spine and our shoulders and our hips just a little bit so we feel nice and even on the mat. Adjust what you need to adjust. And then we'll hug our knees to our chest. And rock from side to side. And then we'll open up our knees, bring our hands in between our legs, grab the outer edges of our feet and come into a happy baby, lifting our feet up as we pull them closer to us. Inhale, join the core. Exhale, draw the tailbone down into the mat so you feel that wonderful stretch around your hips and your glutes. Taking 3 glorious breaths, just enjoying everything. allow our feet to meet. Our soles of our feet will come together. Our legs will come to the mat into a diamond shape. We'll allow the inner thighs to just open up a little bit. Our hands can be to our heart, to our stomach, or we can open up our arms into cactus. Letting the palms be up. Allowing yourselves to be here for a minute. Allowing your inhale to be as long as your exhale. Maybe even use our Ujjayi breath if we feel for it. Allowing our breath to be hollow, controlled. Trying to keep our attention at the same time, not letting go too much. We don't want to start getting too relaxed so we won't have the focus for our meditation. We'll take another breath or two here. When you feel ready, you can draw your knees back in. If you need to give your knees a little bit of a hug just to reset, you may do so. Otherwise, you can just kind of roll to the side and prop yourself back up into seated. So, here you can sit on a block, which can be nice, or you can sit on a blanket or a pillow, whatever you feel is best for yourself. And then we get to do heart rhythm meditation. It takes a little bit of focus, and it's a really nice way to keep count without keeping count at the same time, and keeping that connection with your own body as you're trying to get into your headspace and release it. The whole point of this meditation is to connect your heart, your body, your mind, and be able to come into a state where you feel that connection. And then that connection on the second part will come and grow in the outward state where you want to be able to extend that energy, that vibration that your heart makes into a wider vibration. So since we're only like 2 in here, we want to see if we can expand and you can feel my heartbeat as you're feeling your heartbeat. And if there were more people, or maybe you want to even go extending across the water here, you want to try to feel the people across there and people over there. And you want to see how far that expansion can go without going crazy. So, doing this is in a seated position. And we're going to give ourselves a minute just to find our breath and just calm down a little bit. So you can sit however you like. You can sit up nice and tall. Feel comfortable. And we're going to take about 5 breaths. And you can use whatever method you want, but allow your breath to become very long and slow. Really focus on keeping that inhale equal to the exhale. And you don't have to go crazy and over-exaggerate with how deep the breath is. So just try to keep a nice rhythm to that breath. You want to keep the breath nice and smooth so that when it's time to find our heartbeat, we can naturally find the flow and give our heart rate a nice steady tempo. Take another breath. And just let it go and release. We'll open our eyes because we need to see what I'm doing here. So you have this radial artery. So depending on which hand you want to measure, you take your peace fingers and you're going to go on the opposite side of your wrist. So you have these two little bones on the inside of your arm, and you want to go onto the opposite side of that bone. You're going to be maybe about 3 fingers down. And around there somewhere you can, if you close your eyes, you can start to feel your heartbeat. You might have to wiggle around a little bit to find it. If you can't find it, you can hold your breath for a little bit, and that actually helps you find the heartbeat a little bit easier. I can't find my heartbeat today. I'll have to switch hands. If you don't feel your heartbeat, maybe you're a zombie. I can't find my heartbeat today. If you really can't find it, like I'm having problems right now, you can always bring your hand to the heart. Or you can bring your hand to your artery on the side of your neck, which is a little bit where your lymph nodes are. And we're going to basically do a samavritti, but we're going to use our heartbeat as the timer. So we're going to inhale for 8 heartbeats, and then exhale for 8 heartbeats. Allowing the breath to go for 8 beats. Exhaling for 8 beats. If you lose count, that's fine. Do the best you can. You might also notice that your heartbeat can be irregular. But feel the connection. If 8 beats is too long, you can drop it down to 6. If that still is too long for you, you can drop it down to 4, whatever you need it to be. As you're breathing, counting, feeling, really visualize how the heartbeat feels. The strength, the tempo, the life force that you have within you. The more you relax, the slower the beats become. Can you envision the heartbeat slowly becoming stronger, more expansive with each beat that your heartbeat makes? Like a drop of water rippling in a pond. Allow your heartbeat to ripple, expand around you. Each beat is a vibration extending itself farther and farther away from you. With each beat, your radius of energy around you expands. Envisioning it growing and spreading all around. First close to you, and eventually expanding in to the size of the room. One heartbeat at a time. One breath at a time. Feel how your energy of field around you mingle and intertwine with the surroundings around you. If there's another person in the same room with you, feel how your energy intertwines with theirs, how your heartbeat touches theirs. If there's a pet, if there's anything around you in the next room, maybe in the next apartment, see if you can feel what they're feeling. See if you can find the connection of your space into theirs. There's a connection. There are similarities. There are differences. Do you feel them? Can you understand them? Can you create your energy reach out farther than the actual room? Can it radiate further out into space? And how far are you willing to open up your space? Breathing in for 8. And breathing out for 8. Can your presence exceed out of your apartment? Can your presence leave the whole building? Are you willing to expand yourself farther out into unknown spaces? Are you willing to connect and feel the vibrations around you from other people that may enter your space as you grow, as you expand? Reaching not only from forward, back, side to side, but as your breath up and down and all around, 360 all around you. There's no limit of where and how far you can take your presence. As you reach as far and wide as you can envision and you can feel. Intermingle with those other energies around you. That of a tree, that of a animal, that of a stranger that you've never met. Your friend, your family, your enemy. And as we continue to breathe, we'll try to collect ourselves a bit. And like taking one step back at a time, draw your energy back. Each heartbeat coming back home to center. Each breath drawing you back in to your center. Saying farewell to all those things around you. But knowing that they are too the same as you. Letting go gently of your journey, of your relationships, of your experiences. Come back home, back into your heart, back into your center, back to you. You take 5 deep breaths, counting 8 beats, inhaling and exhaling. Winding back down until we can come back to where we are. Two more breaths. 32 beats. And then we're back into center. Take a nice deep breath, inhaling fully. And exhaling completely, allowing your hands to relax. Shake off your wrists if you feel a bit tight. Bring our hands back into our hearts. We'll Om out together. Inhale. Om. Thank you for spending your time with me. Namaste. Good job. Oh, my feet. Oh, my legs. Oh. Did you enjoy it?
Yes.
It's
But
nice.
It was fun.
it's harder because you have to focus on so many things.
First I couldn't find it at all on the arms.
Mm.
And when I found it, it's like dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, it took me a long time to find